Buenas Dias, everyone. Everybody's doing well. Transmission systems are now through calculation is setting up paradigm shifts. Now, what I did yesterday was extremely powerful. The answering patterns through my communication signals are activating everything through line, gamma operation, communication, angle point level systems, which means that everything through the heat signatures of the pattern divisions of this Earth is changing everything through paradigm shift. That's why Tina is feeling its pull, energy pull, gravitational pull. What's going on right now is the Earth is trying to find its location through mind systems of humanity. So it has to go through its paradigms, has to go through its paradox, has to go through its parallel, has to go through its matrix. So it has its central system. I changed the brain frequency levels of the Earth core system, transmitting everything communication. But I didn't go into the center core. That's December 21st. So other than that, before I get started, thank you all subscribers and viewers that have been watching my channel as I keep force rising, grind rising. Coming into communications of yourself, it's trying to really understand your chakra formations of your centers. Now, once you get into positions, anything to that formation, you can go through my healing, through my PayPal, my donations, or anything to that. Feel free to go through my emails and try to understand what's really going on, how the Earth is shifting on so many levels of paradigms. It's understanding what the Earth is doing through the answerings of its communication. Now, understanding not just your meditations, but fully get communication with your chakra systems. For example, I want to get the team to that calculation, put it in positions through line signals, how we go through our gravity centers. So when you find time with yourself, put yourself not just in a meditation, but just really go into the answering patterns of your grounds, really feel the energy flowing through your body. And then you don't want to be stagnatic with your chakra systems. You always want to have an open frequency through allocated positions of location through intelligence of planets. So it's important that you stand in position and you open up your cycles through the grounds, okay, all the way up to 7. Okay, just 7 within the body. Start with that. Make sure that they're still active, because sometimes they could be off through central system. They could be allocated through a dream set location, through a lock some matrix location. Remember, the Earth is going through a shift right now. It's trying to find these collaboration centers with human vibration through mind systems. So for it to do all these things, we're coming into a matrix. And that matrix is going to set division levels through your light and dark interference. That's going to connect through its round through yin and yang. So in correction, it's going to find its positions through its energy, through its vibration and its frequencies into those old positions. So make sure when you're communicating with yourself, just really go into the grounds, really connect with it. Get connected with Mother Gaia. Make sure she's in that elevation. Make sure she's in the Earth location. And then you go up to your positions. Okay? You want to go up to your 7 body activation light signals and then go into the 5 of the atmospheres, right? This is understanding more into the basics. It's very important that you keep your active cycles through your illumination light skies. Illumination light sky is understanding the pole recognition of you through paradigms and parallel. So you have just knowing exactly what a parallel is, what a paradigm shift is, what a polar shift is, what a magnetic force system is. Everything through calculation. Intelligence is kind of going through its operation centers. So it wants to mainframe everything through division and wants to make sure that all my digital platform numbers are in sequence through calculation. It's very important to understand these things because it gets into a lot of modifications, right? Through your simulators. If your providers are not in active cycles through your chakra system, there's a huge problem with that through connection. All right. So just when you have time with yourself, just really go into the acting cycles, really understand your energy through your body because it's going through flowing mechanisms, right? Because that's what it does through connection. So when you go through those connections, this is what you see through position. So it's all starting. We'll go through the line signal. Now that line signal is going to go up through location like this. Okay. Now, once you get set in position, right, this has a lot to do with the test that's coming up. So we're going to change location positions of chakras. Start off with that. So everything through the grounds, right? You have to understand the colorations, what you're using through your 7 chakra systems of your body. So the ground starts off with rotation. Okay. All right. So once you get that through the acting cycle, you get confirmation signals from intelligence from mother saying, okay, your planetary divisions through your location of your body conceptual system is good. Okay, so you go from good, all right, to excellent to fantastic. So it's all about keeping your active cycles in your body system always active through your 7 central systems. Your body framing system has to be in that position all the time. So you don't want to be stoic. You don't want to be stagnatic. You don't want to be stiff with your 7 chakras. It's the basic. Just because you have 40 chakra systems doesn't mean you have to ignore the 7. 7 is the important because it's in its body system. So the intelligence inside is telling you that you're having problems with number 3 or number 4 or number 6 or number 7. Okay. Now 8 is the equivalency when it comes into the psyche through its division, right? Because you have to very important to understand where it comes into the sacred breath of your throat recognition system. But you have to understand the communication of the heart. What's happening with my solar plexus? What's happening with my grounds? What's happening with my sacral? What's happening with my control of my root, right? What's happening with my third eye? What's happening with my crown chakra? So you have to know all coloration patterns into division, right? Because it protects you all around division, all the systems, right? And then you can get red, okay? This is your control, that's your root, right? So everything has its calculation. Now, your DNA structure goes on so many levels of wires. It's connected through your body conceptual system, activation light system. So the coloration system knows exactly what communication is, right? The communication through your chakras. 7 within the body, 5 within the atmosphere. Okay, so it allocates positions, right? Extremely powerful stuff through that connection. So you want to check and make sure that they're okay, right? Confirmation from the grounds, confirmation from the root, confirmation from the sacral, confirmation from the solar plexus, confirmation from the heart, confirmation from the throat, and confirmation from the psyche, confirmation from the crown. So once you get all those center positions levels in through that connection, you want to put your levels into higher division level system, right? So let's see, we'll go through all different colors here. Your coloration system activates on so many division level system. The white central system is everything allocated positions when it comes into third eye division. So we'll go into this, okay? So let's just say right here, okay? Now, everybody's chakra system through coloration is different. It's not all the same because you're a different DNA pattern. You can't have all the same color. It just wouldn't make any sense. Okay, that means everybody's communicating with the same intelligence. It doesn't work that way. You have different mind, you have different thoughts, you have different recognitions of everything through psychological system. So we start off with this through connection, right? Now everything is in order frame through connection, right? Like I said, you can go with anything through division. Okay, so there's 4 right there, right? Now, you got to make sure you check them all. Point division of the system, activate everything through light signals. It's confirmed. Okay, so they're all working. Now, when they go through cycles, you have to understand the grounds of Mother Gaia. Make sure you're communicating with the earth, okay, because it's his connection through his ancestry. So every time you're communicating through your metric systems or anything through division, you're integrating locations. And this is where it gets extremely complicated. So make sure you're always acting on your cycles through its rotation. 7 within the body, okay, and 5 within the atmosphere. Okay, that splits the device system. 7 within the body, 5 within the atmosphere. So it's very important that you keep your acting cycles through your body system, right, through its conceptuals, right? So, and you'll see that too on Google when you go through your chakra systems. It goes and allocate to so many positions. All right. Okay, so now we got 5. So we check that, right? And then we go to another color. Okay, and we go to here, like that, right? And then we can go to orange. Okay. So basically, it starts off like that. All right. So we make sure you get all confirmation signals through your 7 body components, right? All work your way up to all divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So once you're in all those positions and you got confirmation signals from all intelligence to all locations of dimensions through portals, activation through codes, now you understand everything through your 7, right? But you have to really understand the solar plex, because that's the balance to everything through the soul recognition system. The soul has to be in its division of balance every single day. So make sure when you meditate, make sure you keep your open cycles through its rotation and understand, yes, I'm communicating with Mother Gaia. The chakra system is good. Now I'm communicating with my root. Then I'm communicating with my sacral. Then I'm communicating with my solar plex. Then I'm communicating with my heart. Then I'm communicating with my throat, right? And then your psyche, and then your crown chakra. So it's very important to understand it's all its information through coloration patterns, right? Because if your coloration pattern changes, it's because you're changing your negative system. Okay, so you got to make sure they stay in the right color. And this is understanding how intelligence goes into its location. So it's always practicing everything through its modes. Knowing that your digital system is fine, the calculation through the number frames is fine, my mind braving system through the psychological of its valuation is fine. So you're doing a test of yourself completely and trying to make sure that all your 7 locations of your body is in position to the right locations of traveling. Right? And then you get in position of 5 within the atmosphere, right? Now, once we get into that, okay, so we will go to higher levels of chakras. Okay, now, this is also going to be on the test, okay? So I'm going to start here like this. Okay, now, in position, when you come into higher formations, now we're coming into the 5 atmosphere systems. Okay, let's change the location. 5 atmospheres. Okay, 5 atmosphere systems, right? Now, when you're in that position, you have to understand everything that's connected, because now you're connecting through the define. Okay, once you get into define, you're high-rising everything through your higher self through calculation, right? But you start off with solar plex, right? So it's a solar plex star, okay? And that star basically, it's energies that go into everything through variation, different kind of energies, and that takes over your body system. You have to understand what energies are, because they go through colorations of intelligence. So you're putting yourself in position through meditation, okay? So you go to solar star, okay? And then once you get into that, you get in position of the galactic, which is your family. And then you get into the position of your universal, okay, of the universe. A little bit more basic understanding of how to communicate with the universe. Then you get into the connections of the divine, right? The divine is basically the communications, anything through countries. It's the first time flying around with your higher self through that connection, okay? So, and again, you get in positions of different colors, the variation system. So the coloration paint changes to its division. Remember, you're in a DNA structured pattern division 2 location, right? So I'm just setting up different coloration systems here. Okay. So you got to activate everything through line signals, line division, line location, line realms of its location. Okay. So those are the 3. Okay. Those are the 5 atmospheres, right? 7 within the body. These are the 5. They're in the atmosphere. Now, once you come into the atmospheres, you're high rising fast and faster through acceleration. You're opening up more cycle rotations. Okay, so you start within the 7, very, very important, but make sure they're always activated and open. Okay, so it's all about charging, okay, your body, making sure your body is flowing in the right direction, because there's a lot of things that can be on diffusing systems. You could be allocated positions at box frequency level, because the Earth system is on a full rotation of a paradigm shift, which means that it's coming into a new collaboration and it's setting up a new matrix. Again, that's where everybody's feeling kind of, whoa, I just went through a paradigm. I feel weird. So if you understand your intelligence, you understand what the Earth is doing through your intelligence. So you understand more communication of space and time through that connection, right? So you get into the 5 atmospheres, right? Now, once you're in the 5 atmospheres, this is basic stuff, but I want to go back to divisions because you guys are way ahead through traction. But it's very important that you keep always active cycles through your body at 7 and 5 within the atmosphere, because that's where you start off when it comes into 12 cycles of chakras. Okay, 12 cycles of chakras, right? This is the body conceptual system, right? Which is the grounds, okay, the powers, and the atmospheres, and everything in between, right? So everything line communicates through balance, through partnership. So you have to have partnerships with 7, and then have partnerships with 5 of the atmosphere. That gives you 12 cycles of rotations of gods, okay? That's where you first start off. Now, getting out of the 12 cycles, now you're coming into higher formation, okay, of intelligence through its connection, okay, because you're going through so many acceleration speeds through dimensions and portals, because that's what chakras are. So it's knowing how to open up these chakras in the right location and making sure that you're in the right positions all the time through your mind telepathy, telekinesis, thought recognitions, your psychological system. So now's the time to really get into the psychological system of you through connection. You have to understand these things, all right? So as you can screenshot out that, that's 12 cycle rotations of God frequency levels. You guys are at 40, right? So you have to understand 7, 5, and then up, okay? So try to understand everything through communication from 1 to 40, all right? I know you're probably saying, whoa, that's a lot to understand, Commander. How do I do this? Well, you try to separate this division from the receptacle of your body system. You start with the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres. It's working properly, right? And everything between will work. So if the grounds and the powers and the atmospheres are working, everything in between is going to work. So that's understanding you communicating with the right chakras through dimensions of portals. And you're not connecting to the wrong location through planet of its intelligence through dark ground division system. So to go higher to location, okay, is to understand more atmospheres of intelligence through planets, okay? So if you're not understanding 21 or 22 or 23 or 24, it's because you don't have relations of ground. You have to have your grounds, which is the very basic, is 1. And that's why it's very important to make sure that your 7 rotation cycles of your body is always activated and ready to go, okay? Not activated all at once, just make sure that you check them. So it's kind of like checking a loose wire or checking just vibration panels of your activation through your eye receptor divisions, making sure your clarity vision is fine. So it's recalibrating, resurfacing, and it's fixing things that are wrong into your analytical graphing of your mind system through its digital formats, because it changes everything through position extremely fast, right? So you get into those calculations, 12 cycles, all right? So the test is going to be evaluated on your chakra system, okay? In those positions, this is how you understand how to make an E-field, an energy field. You have to know your chakras. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm communicating with my grounds right now. See? You see why it popped up? Now I'm communicating with my solar plex. See, every time I do that, it's reacting to its cycle and it's connecting everything through space. So remember, you're connecting, each chakra system is a different planet location of intelligence of gods. So you're connecting to its alignment. And now you're saying, okay, it's open and it's ready. Okay, it doesn't mean that you traveled. You're just basically opening up your vibration through colors and lights right away. You're making sure that it's in balance and it's right in its position. Okay. So now when you go into traveling, you know exactly how to communicate with anything through formation of your 40 chakras, all right? Because 50, okay, is extremely high rise, but you have to understand 1 to 7, right? So that's what the test is going to be based on, okay? Because I'm high rising your levels up to 10, right? So 5 central systems, 5 God level connection systems, and this is where you get connected to the gods of its Greek, the Greek gods, right? So once we get into the 50 platitudes, you're going to be communicating with the Greeks. Really powerful stuff. All right, so basically, the test is evaluated on your EFields and how you make an EField. So which chakra do I use? I'm thinking, okay, well, I know my intelligence signals. I know my gamma operation system. I know how to use my perception of my eyes, my audios, and my voice and grid patterns. But how do I make an EField? And you guys are probably saying, well, you have to understand your chakras, how to communicate with them through cycle rotations, because that is how an EField is created. It's all connected through your water containments. So you're connecting through your plasma, which is water. You're 67, 70% of water, and the rest is rainbow division, which is calculation. And then you have your EFields that protect you from the sun so you don't get burned through connection. All right. So once we get into those positions, we're going to set up test and evaluation. E/equal fields. Okay, E/equals fields. All right. Test evaluation on E/equals fields. All right. So this is modification. This is understanding how you can actually make an EField. Right. So you guys, you're probably thinking, do I already have my EField up, Commander? And I'd say, well, I'll get confirmation from intelligence because you guys have to communicate through the planet, through its right location of its chakra, through your body system. Remember, all your chakras are connected to a planet. It has to. That's why it's so powerful, because you're traveling to its position, to its right coloration system. As soon as you change the coloration system, you are not communicating with the right intelligent location of your body frame. So the test evaluation is on E/equals fields, the modification levels that you have to reach to get into the EField system. All right. So you can screenshot that. That's what the test is going to be on. The test and evaluation on E/equals fields. Okay. Modification. All right. So once we get into that, now I'm going to show you how it's done. Now I'm going to go through tractions. I'm going to show you exactly how I do my EField, so you guys feel a bit more comfortable, more relaxed, and don't have to worry about the test. And you say, okay, what am I going to do? I'll just bite my nails for all day because I don't know what to do, right? Because a lot of people get confused, stressed, frustrated. So understanding everything through E=mc². Okay, and this is where it's going to get extremely complicated, guys. You guys understand this. Now, you start off with that, right? E=mc². So energy, okay, right? / parallel, because it has its separation, right? Okay, now MC, mass, okay, / calculated. Okay, now when it's in the box, okay, you have to understand the box frequency level. We start with that. Okay, so this is this. Now, once we get into division, we start with the point centers, right? 5 in the center. Okay, you go with that, right? Now, we understand how to take it out of its equation, right? Like this. Okay, this is basic stuff, right? Now, this is understanding how you take your box frequencies to a higher level. Okay, so you can set up an EField once you get in 12 cycle rotations, but you got to be understanding out of its communication level system. So when you're in that position, now you're creating, okay, higher levels of formation. Okay, so it's all about protecting lights. Okay, so you guys have to follow me on this because this is on the test. Higher levels of formation. Okay, screenshot that. Okay, so E=mc². E/parallel, okay, mass calculated. Take the box frequency level, 4 points, 5 within the center, take it out of its equation, right? Now that's allocated to its position. So as it's centering core in its location, right, this is what happens to its division. Now, this is really powerful stuff because now it's communicating through its signals. Security line defense, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, see the security line defense? Now, as it's going in, it's opening up its sonar panel division location like this. So it's all about understanding how to use your box frequency level to a weighting system of location. All right. A panel operation systems, all right, it's a higher level formation system through everything you can do through E equals MC squared, you can create an E field, right? That's the whole idea, is to understand your energy, your travels, your recognition, everything through acceleration. Then you get into the spectrum, okay? So the box frequency level is reaching sonar panel divisions to allocated positions. That's why you reach higher levels of formation, okay, through your box frequency level. So once you're in that position, we're going to go into a higher location. All right, now pay attention, because this is how you create an E field. All right, so we got into this position like this, the center core positions. Okay, so as you take the box out, it's in a higher location to division, right? And it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So the smaller it gets, the more it travels, right? So once it's in its position, it sets up an E field through division. So now you're allocating to planet locations. So you go to the planet through its box frequency level. Say you're communicating with a chakra formation that you can understand each chakra, you can set up an E field. Okay, 7 within the body. So you can set up 7 different positions of E fields connected from the grounds. So I want a ground formation system, okay, to allocated positions of my box frequency level. Okay, so you can set up the ground location like this, all right, which is brown. You can make sure it's brown. So allocates positions, it opens up its cycle rotation like this. Okay, now it frames its system to its location like this. My center core position level system. Okay, allocates position. Now it comes into, it's kind of like it's like a glass. Now that glass comes through its chakra formation system to its position, right? This is extremely complicated stuff, guys, but you have to understand positions of everything that's going on through your chakras. So knowing that I can set up anything through an E field through my 7 or my 12, imagine you're at 40 levels. So that's 40 levels of energy fields. So it's knowing how to put all these together. So the higher you go through formation, the higher light reaches its connection, right? So it goes into force recognition. So this is just a gravitation pull. This is more connections of Earth rotation. Okay, as it's centering its core position, it opens up its E field. Okay, and the E field is green, 2 connections, right? Sonifies its divisions, activate everything through its light signal. Opens up its gamma operation system like this through calculation. Now, this is really complicated stuff, but you got to understand how you create an E field through your gravity center. Okay, now, once you get modifications, like I said, the higher levels of formation, the sonar division activates everything through its connection. This is where you get connected through Wi-Fi, right? It sonifies everything through division. So it's activating light signals of the atmosphere, your powers, and your grounds. Okay, now, once you get in that position, it opens up your perceptions. Okay, when it opens up your perceptions, everything through formation comes in. Okay, like this. Okay, now, understanding everything through your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. Remember, this is just one gravitational pull. This is understanding how to communicate with Mother Gaia, how to open a light signal through an E field. This is just one. Remember, how many chakras are in the body? 114. Now imagine all activation cycles of rotations of chakras. 114 chakras, rotations of E fields. That's extremely powerful through light, when you say. So when you're in that position, once you understand your atmospheres, powers, and grounds, in that position, okay, which is just the grounds, okay, once you get connected to the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres in one central system of you through connection, you can open up your E field. All right. So you want to screenshot that. Now, once you get that connection, you come into the planet locations. Now, once you come into the planet location, go one here, on here. So the ground formation centers, cores everything through division, through its grounds, its powers, and its atmospheres. Okay, so these are the planets that you communicate with, right? Now, understanding where it's coming from through location, it opens up its cycle through rotation, changes its coloration system. Now, this is complicated stuff, but it's supposed to be, right? Now, once the atmosphere goes to this calculation, it modifies its division, right? Changes position to a light fixture location, okay? Like this. Now, once it comes in position, so it's kind of like trying to understand what your computer is doing through activation, through lights. It goes in its point division, changes everything to that location. Now, the acting cycle goes to its location division, like this. Okay. Now, once it gets in position, it opens up your cycle rotations of you through connection. And this is how you open up your EFields. Through modification. All right. So when the E field opens up through traction division, it opens up everything through calculation and puts you into higher illumination light system, like this. So you get an E field around you. Now you just created an E field from your chakra system just through the grounds. Okay, just like this. Okay. So the more you go up through formation, the more you change everything through location, and your E fields just get stronger and stronger through division. Okay. This is what you can do when you go to higher formations. See how it gets bigger and bigger? So every time you go up to a higher position, you're going to different colorations through your tractions of your planet locations of intelligence. So it's all about going to higher rises of E fields. And anything through an E field can change. It doesn't have to be green. Okay? And it just gets higher and higher through location. So every time you're changing everything through position, your E fields can be on anything through coloration. It changes everything through its rainbow division. Okay? That's why you guys are connected through water. That's why you're connected through the rainbows. That's why you're connected through your activation through your chakra. Okay? Everything in formation is balanced through the atmospheres, the powers, and the grounds. Okay? So every time you high rise your formation, you're bringing your light system to a higher location of E fields through your E equals MC squared. That's calculation through its modification. Right? So once you get into those positions, you come into higher formations of connection. Like this. Okay? And that's how you make an E field. Through your chakra system. All right? You want to screenshot that, go right ahead. Now, once you're in position, all that, everything through the center core system, the planet locations, hits the core center of you through calculation. Right? So it opens up its light signals through division, like this. All right? So that's how you make E fields. All right? So I show you how you can make an E field, right? From the grounds to the powers to the atmosphere. Now, once you get in mass calculation through modification, integration, you open up all cycles through your chakra systems of 1 to 7. Okay. Now, once you get into those positions, the test is going to be evaluated on how you use these through your plasmas and how you come into your rainbow and how you come into your light through activation. So I'll know exactly because I'm going to get confirmation from the planet that you're communicating with. They say, okay, Priscilla has got right location. Okay, Starseed is in the right location, but her ground formation is not in the right position. Or Tina's in the right location, but our activation light signal isn't on its right location. So it's all positioning you through center. And every time you go through your EFields, you're communicating with your chakra system through coloration at a higher formation through its modifications. Okay? Because it integrates everything through your cycle. But that's what it looks like when you reach higher formations of EFields. Okay? This keeps you out of the dark, guys. This is what it does. Right? That's why I keep talking about what is a rainbow division? Okay? What is my water containment set at? You know, what are my activation lights set up? You know, so trying to get communications more is trying to understand yourself through center, because everything is point center, right? So you're the center of everything through its E-field, but it's amazing how you create these things, right? Just through energy, frequencies, and vibration. So, but that's how you do it. That's how you set up E-fields. Okay, through coloration. All right. So how's everybody doing? You're thinking, what? So once we get into those positions, the test is going to be evaluated on your E-fields. Okay. So, all right. Test. Okay. E/equals fields. Okay. Test E/equals fields. Now, as long as you understand your paradigm, because everything is connected. So the parallel, paraline, anything paradox, paradigm shift, or anything like that is the matrix. You have to have matrix and everything through your formula, through its equation. Okay. Now, your fields, okay, is this connection through your light. Okay. And everything through slash, okay, is your division, where it's located through position. And then you have your energy. What energy are you using with? Are you using the grounds? Are you using your root? Are you using your sacral? Are you using your solar plex? Are you using your heart? Are you using your psyche? Or are you using your crown chakra? Okay, that's the energy. So I'll just put energy of chakra. What chakra are you using? Okay. All right. So that's what the test is going to be on. All right. I'll get into more formation and what you guys need to do through E/equals fields. Okay. So I want you to understand how to set up your E-fields. Okay. Through colors of lights. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So you guys have any questions or comments on that? Please let me know. It's confusing to the mind system if you don't understand your commander through positions. But like I said, it's very important that you keep your operative cycles through optical levels to your generation lines and your communication through your factors of communications of your digital frames. We've got into that through numbers, but now you guys have to really understand how to create an E-field and bring it to its realization of, you know, activation. Like actually see it. You can actually see the E-field. You can actually see the coloration. You actually see the lights. You can see the coloration. You can see everything through its modification. So it's like this. How far is it? And it gets tingle. It gets tingle. Your hand gets tingle, right? And when it stops getting tingle, then you realize how big it is. So it's from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. My E-field is so big, it's connected outside because I know how to create it. So it affects humanity right away through the atmosphere. So it's all about expansion, and it's all about bringing everything in connection. So anything through dark force that comes in won't be able to go through your E-fields. It will just bounce off and go back into space. Right? So, whoa, your division's way too high. I'm not going to communicate with you. I'm not going to do anything because your energy field is way too high through the chakras. So if you activate all 114 chakras through its E-fields, just imagine how powerful you are through space and time. But the thing is too, is that when you're communicating, this is where it gets really confusing. When you're communicating with other people that are at lower divisions than you, you have to go through their division of E-fields. You can't use your E-field against them because you'll override their system through the hydraulics of the brainwave system, right? So that's another thing we'll get into too. You understand when you reach higher levels of formation through modification of integration cycles, you understand how powerful the chakra system is. It's knowing how the intelligence knows exactly what E-field to use through divisions of portals of connection to humanity's system. So if I want to communicate with a 12 cycle rotation of an entity force system, understands its E-field position. Oh, okay, you're at the 12th dimension. I understand your E-fields. So basically, I have to be at that level to communicate with that vibration of that person. Okay? I can't be allocated positions and be up to 40 positions of chakras. I will not be able to communicate with that person. So I have to go back down, center its position, and communicate through the scanning system, because that's what intelligence does. We scan you first. We find out where you are through E-fields. We find out where you are through your algorithm program. We find out where you're through your receptacle, through division of portal activation and code, and then we can communicate because we're on communication. So if you set the locations, right? This is why I keep giving you test reviews and evaluations. It's really fascinating because it's getting more complicated now, isn't it? Because you're saying, okay, what's going to happen next, right? That's what you guys look forward to, right? To my videos every single time. So if you get yourself in position like this, okay, now I'm just going to go through different locations. Optical level system to position. Now, if you're not trying to understand, you have to go through my PayPals because this is extremely powerful energy, guys. This isn't just energy. This is higher formations of intelligence through the chakra system. In your positions, the mind telepathy system has to understand the communication, right? When it comes to the earth, right? We already know that, right? Because you live on the earth, right? The only thing changes is that you're at higher levels. So you're trying to reach platitude visions on how to communicate, not just with the earth system, but to higher positions. Okay, so this is the earth right here. So, yeah. Okay, that's the earth, and that's two different position levels of dimensions, so portals through population circuits of people. Okay, so let's say the crown division level system is activated through its location. And we got a ground formation system to allocate a position like this. Okay, so this cannot communicate with this because this is a higher level than this, but the earth system is saying otherwise. So remember, you're modifying everything through division through the earth. So the earth is saying, okay, now it's trying to communicate through you through location, right? Now, if it doesn't understand its patterns, it's going to go through its cycle rotation through its center, like this. Okay, allocate its positions to get into the right location system, put it in its position. Now it's communicating through its level of its connection. So once it understands its connection, it understands, oh, you're at the ground formation system, so I'm going to use that to its location. And that's where you get balance, right? See how there's balance there through division, right? So, and then you understand everything through its scanning system, okay, which is everything through position, right? This is what we communicate every single day through location, right? Now understanding your E-fields come into traction division, anything to that position. The Earth system will high-rise everybody's E-field division level system to its position, like this. And that's what the Earth can do through location, right? So you got balanced locations with two population circuits, right? Two people, okay, at the right location through communication, all from the Earth. Now, it's really powerful stuff because you have to understand your positions when it comes into your chakra formation system, okay? Because the line communicates everything through division, like this in center. Okay, so you can screenshot that. Now, if you're getting higher positions of a planet location like this, you start off like that. Okay, that's a higher position. Right, that's in a different position, different location. Now, if you activate the light signals through your chakra formation system, this position has to understand the communications of this planet that you're communicating with through this person. So if this person is at a higher division level system like this, okay, starts off like that. So it's locating to a higher level, right? Now it's communicating through its planet location, right? Through the crown chakra division. Okay, so this person has to understand the planet that you're communicating with through the chakra formation. It's not communicating with the earth, you're communicating with the higher formation of a planet now. So the chakra system has to be at the right coloration to communicate with that person. So it sets its position and its location. Now the planet connection system goes into its position like this. And now I have full communication through both positions. The planetary of operation cycles through its rotation. Okay? That's where you get the balance. Right? It's a higher formation of a planet. Okay? There are two population circuit systems of people. Right? Anything modifies or integrates. So it's really getting connected to understand, because the Earth system has its own EField. Other planets have their own EField. Right? So every time you're communicating with something or someone, okay, or an object, a place, or whatever, you have to understand your position you are at through your EFields. You have to understand the position where you are through scanning. You have to understand your positions where you are through your argument program settings. You have to understand where they are in position into the galactic surface system or anything through location of planets of intelligence. But once you're in the position of balance, then you understand more of their modifications of their chakra systems, of planet locations, of higher formations. Okay? So it's a lot of fun when we get into those calculations, eh? So I'll set up the test. All right. We still have a little bit more to go through review. I really want you to go through this back phrasing video. Really try to get into how to, how to make an EField, how to activate the EField, and how to understand it through your hand formation, electronic interference. So if my hand is tingling, it's telling me my EField is where it's at. It's in position, right? It's got connected to it understands 12 central systems, the God frequency levels, so you're connected to the chakra system, right? Now it's in its position and knows exactly where it is in planet location of an EField, because that's the vibration I'm reaching, okay? So if I'm platitude at maybe 75,000 years into the future, that's going to be an extremely high rise energy field through a planet. So I'm communicating with a planet that's 75,000 years into the future. So I have to understand how to set up its EField. So the body conceptual system of intelligence has to understand its positions, because it's different grounds, it's different powers, and it's different atmospheres in calculation. Okay? And this is where you understand more of its integration and how you come into the metamorphosing through transformation. So it's a lot of fun. So, Tina, Starseed. Well, because you're understanding more of your central system, and I opened up your heart recognition lights. That's what I did 2 days ago, right? So, and that's why you guys feel the force. You feel more connected, right, with each other. And you feel more connected. You're coming into more of the body activation through your intelligence, not just the structure of its face. So, Melissa, Tina, Priscilla, everybody's doing well. Wow, I'm going to Artemius Acres to go horseback today. Great goddess energy, yep. Yeah, when you guys get into the 50 platitudes, planet locations of gods, yeah. But you really, really have to get into the basics, how to really set up an EField, because it's all about protecting your lights. and it becomes extremely real. And this goes way, way beyond meditation now. Okay, so it's thinking, how can a physical system actually create an E field? Okay, it's kind of like, how do you understand how to use a formula and create cold fusion? How do you create cold fusion? You need a basically formula, right, to understand these things, but you have to understand the energy. You have to understand the formula. Okay, so that's what intelligence is excellent at. They're extremely, extremely, extremely formative when they know how to connect through energy, frequency, and vibration, and how it's all created through its energy. Everything is protected. Everything has a protection. It has to. Okay, trees have protection. They have EFields. They know how to do these things through formations of nature. All right, everything through animals, they know how to set up their EFields. Okay, same with dogs. So everything has a chakra system that allocates positions, and it shows you how to create your EFields, because it becomes instant when you're coming into higher formations of chakras through balance, through intelligence. So it's understanding everything through energy, frequency, and vibration is intelligence. How do I set up my EFields? Through its intelligence, through coloration, lights, and plasma. That's how you create. Remember, we went through orbs and all that, right? So if you get in position, this is where it's fascinating stuff. When you get into those levels, this is understanding. If you want to understand how to communicate, right, what's around you. So the central system of you, okay, this is what it was doing, open up and around. This is all about experiencing yourself, what you can do through your physical system, how you create anything through energy, guys. Okay, so that's you, right? Now, what you can do is you can lift your arm up like this in position. Okay, you're lifting your arm up in position, right? It's here and now it's up. Now, when it comes up, you got to understand what you're communicating with, right? Right away, with your finger points, open the plasma. Plasma opens up like this. Okay, now when it opens up, your hand tingles through formation right away. Okay, so now you're communicating with higher atmospheres of weather. Trying to understand the connection, right? Like this. All right, now, once you understand the plasma goes into your body framing system through calculation, circle rotation, goes up into the mind system, goes down in platitude divisions of the ground formation system, opens up your power centers, and opens up your atmospheres. Okay, that's how you come into your first calculation. This is how you open up plasma. Now, when you open the plasma, you understand the realm, right? The realm. It gets bigger and bigger. Okay? Now, understand the realm. You understand the electrical wave as it goes around. It's weather, it's atmosphere. Like this. Okay? Once you understand that, you get connected to that. And the weather that you're seeing, like if you put your hand out like this, and it's tingling, the atmosphere right now through calculation simulation is trying to communicate through your intelligence, through its electrical system. So it modifies everything through division, activates everything through light signals into the power core center of you through calculation. Activate everything through communication cycles, right? All connected. So this is the connection. This is the sonar divisions. This is the weather patterns that you're communicating through your plasma energy force, through its electrical system. Activates everything through the plasma to your hand formation, electronic interference. Okay? So when you open that realm division, you come into space through calculation. Like this. Okay, you're coming into space. Okay? Now space communicates with the center core system right away through traction division at location. Okay? Modifies everything division, opens up the light signals through the calculation, puts everything back into position. So now you come into space right away. And when you come into space, you see everything through planetary systems, locations, all divisions. So it's opening up the realm of space. All right, so I'm just trying to show you what happens when you open up realms of electronic interference. Okay, because everything through its weather has its protection. Everything has its EFields. And everything is in space through calculation. And that's where you see everything through perception, right? So this is what it looks like when you come into those levels through perception. The more you open up your chakra system, the more you see space through identification. And then when you disappear, you're in the simulation through vibration. Okay, and then you see everything through its connection. I'm just coloring it fast so you guys can understand what you see through modification. All right? That's what happens when you reach extremely high levels. You see space, and everything in here is not white, it's black for me, because I communicate on so many levels of intelligence. I see planets, I see archetypes, I see everything, I see grids, I see everything, and everything's connected to intelligence. So your perception changes every single time you go up through a chakra system. So, and then you get space allocated positions and see everything, right, through that location, right? And then you see archetypes coming in to location. Okay, flying in recognition system. Okay, so it's powerful stuff, guys. It's extremely powerful stuff when you get into those levels. Okay, and then you see recognition of lights, blue lights, white lights, green lights, purple lights. If you're going through fractions, and the factoring division of U is modifications through manufacturing division, it basically, if your mind opens up and you're coming into space, remember I was telling you I was going through space when I was in Hamilton and everything just disappeared, right? And it went all black. So everything in position at nighttime just totally disappeared. All structures, all plants, all bushes, everything that was there in the front, it just disappeared in front of my eyes. That's a higher position of vibration through oxygen levels. So you understand, when you see what you see in front of you, it's all electrical field. That's all it is. It's electrical field. And once you get past the electrical field, you go into the mind system of space. And then you see archetypes flying around. And then you see planets. And then you see sentience. Then you see major grid workers. And then you see angels and archangels, right? And then you see modifications of you changing things. It's crazy stuff when you reach these levels of perception, guys. Right? And that's where it becomes extremely powerful, because everything that I do through illustration, okay, is activation, right? So everything around me is all about protecting my EFields. I know the electrical devices. I know where it's connecting to. I understand the circuitry lights. The circuitry lights disappear instantly. They disappear right away because I'm in the simulation. If it's in the simulation and knows I'm in the simulation, everything's going to disappear. So I'm communicating through balance, through its right chakra information, because it's all about understanding what the circuitry level is at through position. And that's how you understand everything through. It's electronics, because everything is magnetic, right? You're a magnetic force. You're a light information that's trying to connect everything through the simulation of its pattern, through its core, right, to its atom system of its computer system. So when my eyes are wide open in the dark, I see space and archetypes flying by. I was just telling my partner that this morning. Yeah, it doesn't have to be at nighttime. It could be in the day. If your perceptions and you see space, you're extremely high rise in location of chakras. So it's all about getting in position and how you see everything, and everything changes. So you have eye reflectors. Your eye reflectors change through clarity of vision, which means that you're coming into more of space every time you go out of the mind system, right? Because when I look around, I don't see what I see. I see dark, right? That's space. And that's what the cloud is. You know, the cloud is in the highest formation through vibration, right? Now I see everything in position, but it's extremely bright. But again, if I want to go through space instantly, I'm there right away. It's like with the apple. Here's the apple, but I'm here, not here. I'm already in position. And the thing is too, it's very powerful when you come into the psychological systems, into your EFields. Okay. So we'll do one more review, and then we'll do the test. I'll tell you exactly when the test is going to be. Okay. And this is going to put you into 50 positions of chakras. All right. So I want everybody to be prepared of what is going to happen to you. Okay. You're going into quicker cycles of rotation through vibration now. So you're reaching more of your formation, coming more into your body adaptation of your physical system, right? What I mean by physical system is a non-physical system. So it's the physical system that's reaching higher levels of vibration, coming into the non-physical to dimensional system. At all platitudes, all different levels, through the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres. So you're changing yourself fully and completely into the dimensional system of you, right? So it's extremely powerful when you get into those connections. But if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, you want to go through the upgrades, you want to understand more how you can change things. I know where you guys are in position, right? Everybody's at a different position of a chakra through coloration of lights. So, and that's what's so fascinating about it. Just imagine what you can learn from yourself as an intelligence. Okay. So it's really knowing everything what's going on in space. And that's what's happening right now through the paradigm shift with the Earth, right? It's trying to get balance with the mind conceptuals of humans. And it has to go through the paradigm. It has to go through the matrix, right? So when you change the brainwaving of the Earth system, this is what happens, right? It says, okay, Andrew put me in this position. The Earth system has its rotation. Now it's going through its paradigm. Why do you think Tina knew what was going on? You guys are listening. You're paying attention. You're understanding what the intelligence is. I'm going through paradigm shift because the Earth is going through paradigm shift. But then you got to understand why. And then when you understand why, then you understand what to do next, right? And how you fix these things, right? It's all about bringing everything back, right? In position, which is the hardest thing to do, you know? So, yeah, I'm glad I can help you guys out. What was that monolith in Utah, Commander? Oh, that's a ground formation through a round division through location. That's just centering up through your location through perception. So everything that you're seeing now, Starseed, is coming more to the light. Everywhere you guys are through tractions of point division, you understand your perception is opening more of who you are. So it's kind of like you're going to go back into a time phrase system of where you are through position. And that's why I'm in Mexico, right? So I'm seeing the ancestry and history, right? When I look at a mountain, I know exactly what's inside the mountain through a tunnel. So when you see these things, basically you're going through time frames. And that's why you see this, and that's why you see this. That's why she's seeing the monolith of a Utah commander. She wants to know what it is, what it means, what it represents. So it's all about you're coming into more formation. So you're centering yourself through positions, okay, coming into the future, all right? You're letting go of the past. You're in the present, but you're seeing the future now, okay? When you start seeing the future, everything is going to go through its collaboration centers, and that's where you go into higher formations of the chakras through calculation. So, yeah, when you get into the 50 platitude divisions of the crop circles, you get into higher formations of grounds, and you understand more what you need to do with the crop cycles, crop circles. So that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I feel like I'm saving children in my dream sets, but the dream sets are extremely real. So the platitude divisions through your intelligence is trying to find you through its connection, right? So when the children's of answering patterns comes to you through intelligence, they understand your light recognition. When they understand your light recognition, they're going to tell you what to do through map location. And then they're going to tell you what you need to do in the future location, right? That's why you're seeing these things through your perception, okay? Is the crop cycles where I've entered the portals underground or other dimensions where I'm saving these children? Yep, that's exactly what it is, Starseed. So you're in that position now. You're understanding what the crop cycles are, And basically, I've entered the portals. Now you're entering the portals, but why? That's where you got to understand these things, the higher formations. So when you reach platitude visions, more of chakra systems, you understand why you're saving the children. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Questions or comments? We're coming up to the test. It's going to be really powerful stuff, but we're going to set up our own EFields. Anything information, go below. Emails, PayPal donations. You guys need help, let me know. Okay? Please feel form to ask me. Okay, so now you know what's going on. Fully going on through truth. The truth serum will set you free to anything through location of division through intelligence of planets, or anything to that position. All right. So this is your AI commander from the universal quadrants of Colossus divisions. Bye, everybody. Have a fantastic day.